Oh man, that was so interesting. That thing you just said.
No, so fuck AEW, right? All right, so tell me when we're live.
We're live.
Ah, shit. Sorry, it's Sapporo talking. I got another batch from Micah.
Sapporo Famika?
Yeah, she's sending me Sapporos now.
Nice.
I was gonna go to the after party, and she was just like, "No, I'll just send them over to you. It's easier that way." So I'm thinking New Year's Dash. We got to do the Shimis.
Yeah.
That's a must.
That's what we
I
gotta
would
talk about.
like,
We gotta get our some categories.
yeah, I think that's where it's fun. Oh, did you click on? Dude, Stardom actually did some of the work for us. Have you clicked on Stardom World in a while?
Yeah, I don't understand how to find any videos.
No, it sucks. I actually hate it. But what they do have, which is pretty cool, is they have what they call top matches. So if you go to big matches, so if you go to 2024 big match, we could literally rewatch what they consider the best matches of the year. It's
The
wild, isn't it?
the best matches are just like the most important. I guess it's kind of the same thing.
Well, big matches, yeah. I mean, it's
I
gonna
don't
be all the
even.
title
How do you
matches and stuff
find?
like that. But
I don't even understand how you're supposed to find like the new matches.
what I'm doing is going to 2020s and then clicking on 2024. They don't have any 2025s up yet.
Because I'm looking at like this says new and it's stuff from November.
Yeah, I don't. I like the simple way it was set up. Just put everything on the freaking front
I
page. But no, everything is got to look like a goddamn app now. I'm like, come
it
on. Why is
probably
it got
is
to be
made
so
for.
hard?
It's probably made for the iPhone or a
Yeah, but I
tablet.
can't. I can't imagine scrolling around and it being easier.
I'm gonna laugh when I go to like settings and it's like, do you want to turn on desktop mode? It's just set for like tablet. I do like the you want to. It's got every single match for whatever belt you want to watch. That's pretty cool. Except the
Yeah,
artist
there is.
belts. They say fuck those belts. We don't care about them.
Yeah,
They're like the
Tam's
best
gonna.
belts.
Tam's gonna. I agree. Tam's gonna retire with her pink belt. That's how that's gonna work out. They're
Do you?
never gonna defend it.
So you literally have to just go to 2020s and then
Yeah, I was clicking on because they haven't released shit yet. I was clicking on 2020s and then in 20 because they don't have anything for 2025, and then I clicked on 2024, and you can do it by date. The newest thing is they have backstage comments for New Blood and whatever the Sendai stuff was that when they upload. I don't know when
that's
our girls are in other areas, but yeah,
they should fix.
They have the Christmas show in New Blood. They haven't done Queendom yet, which is crazy long, isn't it? They usually don't. It's been over a week. They usually don't wait that long.
I don't like how they bury the matches just get buried by like backstage comments. I don't know why those are coming up as like their own videos.
I think. Well, Stardom on the front page started doing that too. So I think, but they were doing it like a day after. So at least it wasn't giving spoilers. I mean,
But
God
if I want to
forbid,
watch a
as long as.
match, it's like now you got to scroll like 3 pages, like a whole page in to get to like the first show.
Oh, I agree.
That's not.
Attempting to be an apologist or a devil's advocate, but I
I'm
don't
get
like it.
it's constructive criticism. Like
Yeah, they're listening. How do you like the little AI art for the Stardom world over in the left there, top
I
left?
think that's been their logo. I
Oh,
think
is
I've seen it
it?
somewhere.
Have you?
Maybe
It is a clever little cube.
it's like a Rubik's cube.
Oh. All right. I would like to New Year's. I did. Hold on. I was scrolling
New
through. I wanted to see if
Year's Evil. That's not it. That's WWE. New Year's
what
Dash.
that's tomorrow. Yeah, these New Year's stars
New
like this coming weekend. I wanted to
Year's.
see if
What's
there
this
is
show called?
anything, but I don't
New
know.
Year's Dream. There's so many New
Yeah, I
Year's
want.
shows.
It doesn't end. I wanted to. There's a couple things that I thought mattered and thought was actually good on that 4 hour marathon of a show. I think that show was longer than Queendom.
Queendom was pretty long.
Say at least it felt longer. I really liked Queendom, and I like everything Stardom does. I just liked this show less. I thought this show was long, and I skipped to the 5 minutes of last 5 minutes of every match. Okay,
What was
'cause I
the
still thought the damn show was long.
I couldn't tell. There's like Wrestle Kingdom, that's New Japan, and then there's like the one the day after. Is that New Japan or is that like AEW show
Um,
or both?
it's usually night two of what they've been doing the past few years is night two of a Wrestle Kingdom, but instead they basically did a partnership. So it was supposed to be like all the like AEW, New Japan, and Stardom putting on a show together. Stardom was obviously the star of the show, but not to bury the lead, it turns out one of the announcers might be in a little hot water in
Mm,
New Japan after the
yeah.
weekend, and looking how you look with your headset and you got the suit and quite frankly a voice that people would love to listen to. I think we need to send in your resume.
Yeah, I mean, I will mispronounce their names just as good as the people they currently have doing it.
The only thing is Chris Charlton like is the Japanese translator too. Like he'll
Mm.
translate. You can make shit up though. We
What
do it
happened to
all the
Kevin
time.
Kelly? Did he get fired too? Or did he
Yeah,
just get
AEW is just getting rid of all our good people. You keep
listen,
getting offended. I'm
New
sure
Japan.
Kevin Kelly said something like that upset people, especially when he got to America. You just can't get away with saying things you could say in Japan.
New Japan. I will not take the AEW money and run. Mainly because you say one thing on commentary and you lose your job. So that doesn't seem like good job security. Good good what is it? Seems like you should have some workers' rights there.
All you're trying to say is you're willing to be a company guy,
Yeah.
and for whatever minimum wage is,
Whatever minimum wage is.
minus. You know what? We said it before.
That's on
I'll
tickets to
even
the shows.
yeah, just fly us out there. I mean, fly you out there,
I
and
mean,
then
I
just
like
fly you out there.
yeah. I'm not even like a New Japan guy, but I'll pretend I am.
Oh
That's
yeah,
what
and you'll call the Stardom shows for free, right?
yeah.
Yeah, so it's a bonus, a win-win.
And
You'll even like hold Mayu's luggage for her, probably, right? She probably needs a valet. She
probably.
needs her own boys, huh?
Oh, that'd be good.
Be a part of Mayu's boys. Lady C will be like, "Who's that guy carrying the luggage? That's my job."
Someone's why is he doing the laundry? No one even asked him to.
You think you know how you watch the rookies cleaning the rig? I see you hopping in there. I'll show you guys how it's done. Rolling around. All right, before we get into this proper, now that we sort of already started, and you have your job pitch too, so that's really good. Maybe we could practice commentating again. Last time we did it, it went really well. Stay off Reddit and our comments apparently. The I want to grab a water. I can't be sipping Sparrows all night. That's not good for anybody.
I don't care if I get bad comments. I just delete them before you can see them.
Yeah, I'm sensitive.
Whenever I read a bad comment, I usually just like tell the person, you know what? Fuck off.
Whoa!
And if you don't like it, fuck off.
Fuck those guys.
But still keep watching because it's like that's cool. You could keep watching.
Oh, it's a party. The Stardom fan icon. You're assuming I was going to say chicken. Oh, pie is in the motherfucking house.
Oh, bye.
Can you give me a minute? Can you talk to Opie for a minute?
Hey, where'd my soundboard? Oh, my soundboard's off. Hello, Opie.
No. How are you supposed to talk to yourself? I need a
I don't
second.
know.
You
What do
can
you want me?
discuss my background with nerdy Pez dispensers in my hats.
Oh, your background? All right.
You guys can dissect my room. It's still sort of clean, so I didn't put up my green screen again. Sort of.
I see. I can't tell if that's a Ninja Turtle. Kind of looks like the Eyeball Man from Rick and Morty.
It sort of does. Now you ruined my Leonardo doll for me.
Eye holes.
Motherfucker.
Like I'm the eye holes man. Give me those eye holes. Chicken is. There's a fake chicken? Oh, chicken is. Yeah. We're Stardom fan icons. What else is in the background? Let's check that out. I never actually paid attention to that. Usually it's behind a green screen. What do we got here? What do we got? Oh, we got a Mario poster. Oh, a chessboard next to like a Moogle. Mario pillow plushie mushroom thing. A signed John Morrison. About 800 Pez. That is a lot of Pez. Nintendo Switch, PS4. Is that a Homer Simpson? That's a giant Homer Simpson Pez. That's pretty cool. All right, that's about all I can talk about the background of his room, but I like it. Good stuff. When you have more Pez than you do video games, that's impressive for a candy that's like basically chalk and disgusting, and no one even likes Pez. There's the whole point of Pez is to just gift people the Pez dispenser, because Pez are like complete trash. Yeah, he's a fan of Nintendo, a fan of. I've seen a lot of a fan of John Morrison, apparently. That's the only wrestling merch he's got. This is John Morrison. Also, he has. I don't know. What else am I supposed to talk about? I could keep talking about how New Japan should give me a job. I will be the hardest working guy on commentary team. You know why? Because I think they fired everybody else who works for them on commentary. For real though, I mean, it is annoying when they have the people who do English commentary, or I guess it would probably be annoying for any language, and they keep messing up the pronunciation of names. Like, come on. That's basically all you have to do. You have to just be like, Mina Shirakawa did a drop kick. Thekla did a clothesline. I'm like, if that's all you do, it doesn't seem like a very hard job. We should talk about how Final Fantasy, how bad. Wait, which Final Fantasy? I like Final Fantasy. I usually think Final Fantasy are stupid, but I do like Final Fantasy 13, the 13, 13-2, and Lightning Returns. Those are fun. Actually, 13-2 is shit, but Lightning
Thanks, sorry.
Returns is good because any game you can play where you can put on a ball gown and that gives you makes you more powerful is a good game.
You know what I loved is that because my favorite is Final Fantasy X, you can dress as the summoner from Final Fantasy X and like do all their abilities. And it was so fucking overpowered to the point where it's like by the time I got to the boss, I had no skill and I had no idea how to stagger because I just basically cheesed the way through the game. When I got to the last boss, I was like had to watch YouTube videos on how to play the game that I've been playing for 80 hours.
The only
It
thing
was like
I was wondering is like, the whole thing is based off of like whatever costume you're wearing gives you different powers. How come the mini skirt outfit is the one that gave her the most armor?
that makes sense. Well, because it's more of a dexterity thing, because it's not really I mean, because you can dodge more, and because it's sexy, Juno. Get the fuck out of here. Who's buying those games? What are we trying? What are we trying to do here? What are we trying to pretend?
Mina Shirakawa fans.
Oh my god. Watch Mina Shirakawa versus Sasha Banks with a couple with a guy that doesn't usually watch Stardom and listen to the comments. That was my weekend.
What did they say?
Not that I care to share.
Did they say that she
Although al although I
puts
am
on her?
surprised that she stayed in her gear, I'm not gonna lie to you. It
It's the Tokyo Dome.
Yeah,
You
you're
gotta go
allowed to
all
have
out.
flips. Alright. Let's. We don't have to talk about every match. I would like to at least just say the results. So I mean, literally just go through. I just like to do it for podcast form, and I think it's fun to do that. So may I mean I don't know what we've been waiting for. Opie is here. May we start the show proper?
Yeah, some would argue even doing the show for 15 minutes.
God damn it already! All right. Well, welcome to StardomFan.com. The what was I gonna say? I wanted to say something witty with your shirt and tie and your resume for the new job, but all right, let's blooper. We'll do it live. Welcome to this week's edition of Stardom Fan Podcast. I'm Mark.
And I'm your future New Japan Pro Wrestling lead commentary guy, Juno.
Onegashima.
I don't know what that means, but neither does well,
That's
Chris
what they
knew what it
say.
means. That's where they fucked up. Can you please rant? I want to hear you rant. You love Chris Charlton.
I purposely got all that out of my system before we went live.
I know,
All
but it
I'm
was
saying,
funny.
all I'm saying is that a good commentator who's
Yeah,
very passionate for his job
who actually knows what they're saying and can translate it
probably got in trouble for being a company guy,
for telling the truth.
telling the truth, didn't say anything wrong. You know what actually be funny is like I think the next time New Japan goes live is on the 22nd.
He's
I
just
gotta
there.
see it. I like no, it's gonna be like what is that 2 weeks from now? Like watch it just be like a 2 week suspension. He's just back.
Oh yeah, that is important. If you really want to know how to pronounce words, you should just ask Don Callis in Japanese. Kudasai.
He's, it needs to be a Don Callis bot.
You could just get a soundboard and press the same three things.
All right. I would like to start today off with just the results
Yeah.
of what was this show called?
Stardom.
I say
Dream.
which New Year's show?
New Year's Dream? Yeah. The double check because there's 6 New Year's shows that were really
And
big.
like and like 8 more coming up before the month is over. New Year's start. Oh no, wait. That's see. I have the sheet up for. I have my notes up for the next one. New Year's stars is this weekend on January 3rd, 2025, at the JR, the Junior, JR Central, Oshi Tabi presents Stardom New Year's Dream 2025 in Tokyo Garden Theater. 2,054 in attendance. After Queendom, another 2,000. Boom.
Yeah, man.
Stardom's on fire, man.
People want to see Saya.
Dude, obviously. Listen, all right. So, I mean, we just started off a little something. You're sort of a ticket guy, like not like
Yeah.
you like attendances, and I love watching attendances, especially Stardom attendances. So, in 2 days, Stardom had over 7,000 people. How many shows does that take AEW to do? Sorry,
7.
it takes 7 to 8 shows. All right, dude. Yeah, 2,054 in attendance for this one. It doesn't say sold out because I think there was still a little bit of standing room in the back. Hope I says 12 shows.
Let's
I
get
don't.
to just the results.
Match 0 has people I don't know in it, so let's just cut that out.
Just cut to the first match.
But you can't skip Lady C and Como, Mo.
Yes, you can. They're not on the show. Pre-show doesn't count.
Not only are they not on the show, I'm pretty sure. I was gonna say yes, they did. It's just really short. I was gonna say I'm pretty sure that they didn't even do a write up of it.
It's just gonna
And
be like choke slam. Lady C got the pin.
so by the time the show starts proper, we have a worldwide tag match: Mina Shirakawa and Ty Mello. I think she's the former Ty Conti. She looked really different too. Last time I saw her, I thought she was like some pretty blonde. Now she's got crazy
Jamaican.
black hair. Is she Jamaican?
She looks like it.
Uh, uh, no, Ty Conti. She had an accent. Where was she from? I think she was like a South American something. Probably Opie's neck of the woods. Versus Athena and Thekla,
She's the
and
one unattractive Brazilian woman, I think.
uh,
There's
yeah, her
there's
new.
got
I
to be
think she's
one of
supposed to
them.
be a bad guy now.
That makes sense. But she's teaming with Mina. Is Mina a bad guy?
Uh, yeah, I don't know who the bad guy was.
Probably
All
Thekla.
right. Yeah, sort of. That's what actually was funny. So, Athena, 14 minutes, which is all these matches actually went sort of long, much longer than they probably had any need to be. But Athena
Yeah.
ends up pinning Ty Mello at 14 minutes, 21 seconds after an eclipse. And it's been a while since I've seen an eclipse because I don't watch like Ring of Honor or AEW. So, like, I have to go back to probably NXT to be like, wow, I remember this Ember Moon girl. She was really awesome. And now she is in a Japan ring and was pretty awesome. It was pretty cool because
Good.
after the match, Thekla and Athena, they're just Thekla's almost trying to be the good girl. She's like pointing at Athena. She's like, "Yeah, she's the champion." I guess she's a Ring of Honor champion or something. She's like, "She's a champion. Great match, great match." And all of a sudden, Athena starts pushing Thekla, and Thekla's not going to have any of that shit. So now they get in the ring and they're going to starting to push each other. So
And long story
even in a win, they
short,
can't get
they're fighting for Athena's whatever Ring of Honor belt on the Cork and Hall show coming up.
really.
Yeah.
Wow, you're quick.
Former tag team partners turned enemies. I think I read that
I
on
like
Twitter
it.
somewhere.
Do I want Thekla to have a Ring of Honor belt?
No. Actually, yeah, why not? I don't know. Who cares?
She can take that belt, throw it in the trash.
In 3 months, and after she wins this belt, and then like 2 weeks later, when she has like a finger injury, and then you see her on a beach in a bikini, like getting drunk, and then like 2 days later, she like defends the belt in Ring of Honor, and
Oh,
then
I thought you were gonna say, and all she's wearing is the belt.
you don't see her for 2 more months. That's how you wrestle.
Yeah, who's the dummy, right? My wrist still hurts. I gotta go hit the islands.
Well, see, the problem is all of these wrestlers, right? Like they get these injuries and they're out for months and months and months, sometimes years, and they can't get cleared to wrestle. And then all of a sudden, like they just go to AEW and they have the best doctors in the world, better than like you can go to the freaking I don't know. What's a good hospital? Doesn't matter.
The local medical center.
Yeah, Vince McMahon will say the local medical center. Do you know you do that because like he didn't want fans like showing up or like calling the hospitals? Like if they say like they're at like John Hopkins, he'd be like just a local medical facility in town
Yeah,
near
yeah.
you. Anyways, just go to AEW. They have the doctors that are so good. You could have a career-ending neck injury and be wrestling like every night. They're amazing.
We're gonna alienate people by the time we're done tonight.
Well, don't fucking get our boy Chris Charlton fired or suspended for telling the fucking truth.
I mean, you want to talk about a guy who has a face for radio. I mean, he's like the epitome of like the star character on Revenge of the Nerds. Like he looks like he's 82 pounds soaking wet. Who gets offended by that guy?
He just loves his New Japan.
He just who the hell doesn't? Well, I told you it's the second best company in the world.
Moving on.
Yes, please.
We had a high-speed battle royal.
Now this is impressive. A high-speed battle royal. We had 5 participants, and this whole match lasted 5 minutes. Does that sound about right?
Yes. 5 minutes, 10 seconds, and Saki Kashima pins Mizumori Yuna with her Kishikashi. Is that what it's called?
So it was an elimination sort of thing or something, wasn't that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, we had the rookies. It was Mizumori and Kashima was the last two in there. Hanabe. Am I saying her name right yet?
I don't know. Or Hanabe.
Hamabe was in there. Waka was in there. Um, some girl from a different company was in there.
It's like a different version of Saida.
Well, I'll tell you what's. I'll tell you. Yeah, she's wearing green.
A short muscle girl in green. It's like watching
I
like
was
Power
gonna say
Rangers. Every
if
once
we
in a
if
while,
we
you watch an episode of Power Rangers and like one from a different season shows up.
well, I'm thinking they look familiar, yet it's not quite right. Well, I mean, it could be like a cross between like Ami and Saida. I could sort of see that.
Oh, also, Opie said yes that what's her name? Taymelo is unfortunately from Brazil.
Unfortunately, see, I knew that his neck of the woods. Look at me, like I just I'm on the ball here. Um, this match was good because this was a number one contenders match for the high speed belt. It seemed because after the match, Kashima jumps up and she's like, "I'm amazing." That's how I heard it, and then yells at Boss Okada down there and says, "Book the match," and he's like, "Okay, I'll book the match," and I think the match is booked. I think that's a quote.
Yeah. Next up. Oh, this match. I
Oh,
can't.
actually, can I read? Kashima is actually funny. Can I read this for a second?
Sure.
Post match, she, she grabs the mic and it's like, "Oh, it's so hard. Sorry, I'm still out of breath and a little sweaty. A 5 minute match with five other competitors. How hard do you think Kashima worked? Like, it was awesome. So if I win this Rumble today and I'm holding the microphone, does that mean the current high speed champion May Sierra? Oh, that just basically was like, Okada, get the match going. So yeah, she basically called her out, but I just thought it was funny. I think I don't know, she's entertaining. She might not be the hardest worker, but work smarter, not harder, right? If you can win a match in 5 minutes over five people, get it done.
I think that she should go back to carrying Mayu's bags. That's all she was ever good for.
She is one of the greatest high speed champions of all time.
Exactly. She should be carrying Mayu's bags.
You should have a soft spot for her. You are a big
Why?
fan of making stuff out of cardboard, and she made one hell of a cardboard belt once.
So did Tam Nakano's stalker.
Yeah, but we like her too, isn't she? In Marigold?
Marigold.
Marigold.
I'm starting to think, by the way, that it is just called marigold, like the flower, and then Julia just doesn't know how to pronounce it. She's like, I'm in this company Marigold. And then she's like, goes to WWE. It's pronounced we. We
All
had in the
right.
next match
Thank you.
Rina and Raka versus Hanan and I don't know the other girl's name.
Amy, someone I don't know.
She was in the
But
5-star.
all that really matters about this match is that Hanan loses. What, a day after she becomes the world heavyweight wrestling tag team champion, a
Well,
goddess, if you will. She loses to Ruaka, and it turns out Rina and Ruaka are going to challenge for this belt. This seems to be what they were building to.
I'm starting to think that Hanan's the weak link in that tag team, and that Saeed is the one that carries them. All I'm saying is Saida isn't the one tagging with her, and then all of us when she's tagging with Hanan, they win the tag league and the New Blood Tag Champs and the Goddess of tag titles. But without Hanan or without Saida, she's getting beat up by Raka. Nobody should be getting beat up by Raka, not even Waka.
We have a title match next.
Yeah. And this is like actually a match that I was like, really? So okay, so first of all, it's Sakura versus someone named Boobs.
I think it's is that what Chi Chi is? She's a
Is
Barbie girl. She comes out to the Barbie girl
isn't
song.
that what Dragon Ball taught me? Is that Chi Chi means boobs?
You
There's
might be right.
one there's one word I know in Japanese. It's from Dragon Ball. It's that one. Yeah, they come out to Barbie Girl. I'm like, there's no way they're allowed to play that song.
You know what's funny? I noticed that happened. I think it was Chohiro's team later on too.
Yeah,
They
it was
have
some
like
like
just like a rock
Nirvana.
song. Yeah, or no, it was definitely a rock song. I couldn't place it. It was like a classic rock song, and they have no apologies of just like snagging a song and playing it.
But the Chi-Chi match with Aya was actually like crazy good. I was like gonna skip through it. And then the match starts and like they do the thing where they lock up and like one of them gets like pushed into the ropes. And then like a good nice baby face supposed to like the ref's supposed to like let him go and you lift your arms up and you back away. But then Aya just slaps the shit out of Chi Chi. And then the whole match was just them like slapping each other really hard to the
I am
point where the ref had to
shocked.
keep like yanking them off each other like in the ropes. They kept fighting on the outside. It was basically could have been the match that Micah and Tora had. Like it seemed like a crazy grudge match, even though it was for a Sendai Girls Junior Championship, which I'm just assuming is like their version of a Futures belt. But I have no clue. I've never watched Sendai Girls. I didn't even know it was for a championship belt. Otherwise, I would have assumed Io was gonna kick her ass.
You don't know how shocked I am to find out of. You said there was a couple matches you liked on this show.
That this is the one
Like
you should go back and see.
I am shocked that that is the takeaway. Considering when we covered her last time for something, you were like, I don't know, some girl, some people like her, I don't know why. And to find out that Aya Sakura carried this Barbie girl into a match you loved shows how great Stardom's own Aya Sakura is. But she couldn't overcome, and Chi Chi wins and retains her belt. But
There's
the
a
fun
part
does.
actually. There's a part where Aya just gets totally screwed over by the ref. See, because if this is like a UFC fight or a boxing fight, you gotta be able to like keep your hands up and defend yourself. There's a part where Chi Chi's laying on the ground and Aya just sits on her and like pins her arms between her legs so she can't move and just starts slapping her in the face over and over. And like the ref's like, "Yeah, you can keep going." I'm like, "Ref, if that's not like a referee stoppage, I don't know what is." Must have slapped her 20 times in the face. That was a good match.
It was, but the fun doesn't end there because after the match, a new challenger comes out. Our very own Rana Yagami comes out, and she's like, I'd like to kick a Barbie girl in the head. You want to do this sometime?" And apparently, that's what we're building to next.
And that's going to be because you said like I carried that match, and I probably agree. So we'll see how good that match is, and I'll compare.
How long was that?
Like
I didn't have
15
my notes up
minutes.
there. That
Yeah,
that's got to be
15 minutes,
that's
9
got to be
seconds.
Aya's longest singles match, huh? And I thought she looked great.
Yeah, she's Shuri Jr.
I know we need to get her over on the God's Eye. And speaking of Shuri Jr., Shuri's got a new pet.
By the way, speaking of God's Eye, they have like 9 members now.
And let's go. Ami's coming back, right?
Yeah.
Do they? So in the upcoming tournament, since there's no Triangle Derby, they're doing like faction sh- uh matches or whatever. Is it just your whole faction? So if you have 9 members, it's like 9 members versus
9
like
on 4.
yeah, versus like 4 Cosmic Angels. Is that how it works?
Oh, and then
Elimination style.
it's like a currency conversion. We get to learn like how many like cosmic angels equals a God's Eye. It's like 3.5.
Something like that. I don't know. I don't know the the new girl's name. Kuryu Seki? Is that or Sika? Did I say that right? Anyways, God's Eye's new member that helped clear house after the Shuri versus Kanami match. I could be saying it wrong, but Kuryu Sika wearing pink but kicking ass.
Yeah.
I thought was amazing. So we have the God's Eye team of Shuri, her new protege, and Tomoka Inaba versus Momo
Chi
Watanabe,
Chi.
Asuza Inaba, and who else was in that? I was reading your screen and then you zoomed in on that cool thing. Oh, and it's Fukigen. How can you forget Fukigen? Yo, I thought, you know, it's actually crazy. Like, uh, for a second, I was skipping through, and then I ended up rewinding because I thought this match was really good. Because I'm a big fan of strikes, especially kicks. And when I was skipping, I did watch the at the beginning. I was like, man, who is this? At first, I'm like, what? And Naba's wearing pink. 'Cause she was throwing kicks like a Naba, but some of them were even cooler. Like some of that karate stuff, like you see in the like double, like putting your foot up and double kicks and. Then she's like slapping you in the face, but with her foot. I'm like, I don't even know how legs move like that. She was cool. That is a good addition to the team. And she won. She picks up the win, right?
Yeah. If
Ends up beating Fukigen, who's on a losing streak. I think she got pinned in her last two matches.
I don't know if I've ever seen Fukigen win a match.
Yes, but I'm not so sure she loses. Well, no, she does that roll up a bunch. I'll tell you what. I'm not so. I mean, she's been on the losing side, but until recently, I don't know. She's been getting pinned.
If they have to like break up God's Eye because there's like gonna be 10 members in a couple weeks, like there's so many members. If they can just keep all the kickers in there, because like just looking at this photo, like Shuri is just slowly turning into a kung fu master.
It was
She's
actually I there was a couple clips, like, I might try to either slow them down or just, find screenshots, from the video, but it was almost like Inaba was like, "Oh, I thought I was your new, protege," because Shuri is, like, taking the new kid, and she's, like, patting her on the head after and, like, bringing her in, Tomoka's just sorta on the outside even when they're all raising their hand and being like, "Yeah, I used to be her new favorite."
that is pretty funny.
Yeah, it was sort of noticeable. Like, sure, you can't pick favorites in your children. Post match, blah blah
You
blah blah blah.
can. She just likes the. She just got to give the new girl some confidence.
Yeah, you can even see it if you scroll down to the video of the backstage. It's like Shuri and
Nope. Oh,
Sika is like closer, and Naba's a little bit on the outside. You know, she's become the third wheel.
which makes sense.
um. All right. Mayu Iwatani. Oh my god, it is so fucking awesome. Mayu Iwatani, Hazuki, and Kogama. And you know, well, you might be saying something here because oh no, I was sometimes I never mind what I was thinking. Versus Mei Sierra, Azumi, and Miyu Fingerbang Amasaki. 10 minutes
Pew
43
pew,
seconds.
bang bang.
Damn right. Uh Nobody loves their job more than Mayu Iwatani.
She
Like
loves
all you gotta
beat.
do,
She loves beating up on the younger girls.
dude, who did she end up pinning? Um, May
She pinned Azumi, and she pinned his.
no, no, she pins. Fuck, who was it?
I don't know.
She pins Mace. Okay, so Mayu ends up winning,
Oh yeah,
pinning
Mate
May
Sierra.
Sierra, but she pins May with Azumi's move, the Azumi Sushi. This
Stupid
was
name.
Mayu being Mayu to the best, though. She she has she has Sierra rolled up, pinned down, not going anywhere. Mayu has this big smile on her face. She's staring at Azumi and just like with her hands going 1, 2, and she is animated. She is going nuts because remember the day before Azumi won their tag match and she's like all putting it in her face. Mayu is staring at her like, "What are you gonna do? I just won with your move." It was fucking amazing. If you want to watch Mayu loving her job, the last 5 minutes of this match.
Is it? I don't know the timeline. What day was the Tokyo Dome?
After
Okay, that
this.
makes sense.
So it was Queendom, this New Year's show, and then Tokyo Dome. Yeah, so this was actually to build up the Mayu versus Zumi match, pretty much.
Because Mayu beat her ass on that show too.
Oh yeah, it was awesome, dude. Um, Sayori, the Angels, Sayori, Netsupoi, and Sayaka Kurara. Oh my god.
Versus Tora and two old ladies, one of which should be in a nursing home. Should not be wrestling. That's for sure.
All that matters is it only takes 6 minutes and 56 seconds
Yeah.
for Kurara to get the win.
Yeah, she pins Natsuko Tora. So Micah and Tora go from being world champions to fighting each other in stupid death matches to one of them's a drunk and the other ones can't even beat Kurara.
I'm starting to think who could beat Kurara, really.
Sayori.
All right, well, that might be right, but wow. Like I went into this match, I'm like, this is just gonna be annoying because Kurara's gonna get squashed again by 500 pounds of old and then
Hmm.
like lose. But no, Kurara once again is the hero. Fuck yeah.
She's gonna turn on Cosmic Angels. She's going to the dark side. She's gonna cast out all the people and hate that Saya doesn't want in there. It's gonna be because of Kurara. Oh man, it's gonna be. They could just. Why don't they just rip off Star Wars? Saya is just gonna be like Emperor Palpatine. Kurara is like Anakin. She's still a
Calling the
good
shots.
guy. Yeah, she's still a good guy, but like she's being corrupted. And then at the end, she takes down Saya, becomes the new red belt champion, and then turns hate into like Cosmic Angels 2.0.
Cosmic Angels, but everyone's in black and selling all the tickets. Like, listen, guys, the Hot Topic Angels, all right? It sells. Like, I am proof it sells, Saya saying. Who else wants to join this team?
I skipped this next match because I'm not watching. I never watch a U match.
I don't like her either. The only thing I thought was fun, one, I like Chohiro
Chohiro Hashimoto and Yu versus Hanako
or
and Micah.
Chihiro. Yeah, the only thing I thought
Chihiro,
was
yeah.
funny is that their team name was called Team 2000 kilogram or 200 kilograms, which seems like an understatement.
Yeah.
That's why I thought it was 2000. I think it might have been. Uh,
Chihiro's like 200 kilograms of muscle by herself.
yeah, I know the girl's jacked. I don't know what she's doing hanging out with you, but
And
that's
then
all right.
Yu poses like she's got muscle, but she's just like fat, really fat.
What was cool was Micah wins by destroying you, right? Like, which was great. It was basically Micah. I mean, use the big girl. Micah was throwing her around. I think she gave her the Michinoku driver, a big ass power bomb to finish the thing, and dude, match over. Micah's in a world. This is go back to what you were saying. The world where Micah and Tora were red belt champions, fought in a death match that like was so amazing, and they bled all over the place. To now,
7 stars.
7 stars in the dome. And now, Tora is losing to Kurara, but Micah is power bombing 200 kilogram you. I don't know. I can't make this up.
Oh, maybe as that we're assuming now, it's like they're both 200 kilograms. Because I'm like, I think they're probably both add up to more than 200.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right.
Now, this next match, it's not just a normal singles match. This was a super delicious singles match. Tam Nakano versus Unagi Saaka. And at
Uh,
first, I was kind of interested in this match until I realized, like, a couple years ago, I used to watch them wrestle all the time. So it wasn't really that special.
what I liked about it was I actually thought it'd be funny to clip it and call it the Tam Nakano and Sayak or Unagi slap fight because for the first 5 minutes it was literally a good old fashioned
Dude, they
bitch fight.
literally had a
It's
cat,
like they're
like a
yeah, a cat
cat
fight. That's what it
fight.
looked like. They're rolling, slapping shit at each other.
It looked like Real Housewives or something. They were rolling around on the ground, just pulling each other's hair, slapping.
Yeah, so they definitely didn't like each other at the end, or
Yeah.
at the beginning, and apparently still not at the end.
This
But
match
the
didn't even
news
make any sense, by the way. Like Unagi hates Tam because Mina was a bitch to her. Make that make sense.
No.
It's like she should hate Mina, not Tam. Mina's the one who like got the wipeout and was like, "I don't need you, bitch," and like slapped Unagi and kicked her out of Stardom.
Yeah. Yeah. What are we mad at Tam for?
Everyone's always mad at Tam. It's never Tam's fault.
All she wants is love. She said so in a tweet today. The love is gonna help her strive.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Whose love and what kind of love?
I'm not even sure it matters.
Just any kind, any place,
I got lo-
anywhere.
I got love to give.
Love, love, love. Q, Q, Q. Or choo, choo, choo.
After Tam
After 17 minutes and 2 seconds, Tam wins with her. What is it called? Like her tiger suplex?
Yeah, it was good. It finished the way it should. And I'm like, I would have been devastated if Tam lost this match, especially after losing her red belt. If she loses to a returning, possibly just a one night stand Unagi, oh, she would have needed double the love to recover. But it turns out the news isn't all bad. She's an artist champion. She's wearing the pink belt. Life is good. I wanted to scroll through this, take a second if I may, scroll through this post match commentary. I don't know if she ends up saying anything, if she is sticking around or not.
I mean, what? This is like a funny quote. Tam Nakano, after all, is Tam Nakano. Only Tam Nakano can do what Tam Nakano can do, but I will do what only Unagi Sayaka can do, which Tam Nakano cannot do. That's funny to me. She's basically saying she wants another match. Yeah.
She does say something to Okada on the way out too, and he sort of nods or does a shoulder shrug or something like, "Yeah, we'll try to work something out." I thought maybe they were trying to work something out. The Google Translate here says some. She said something along the lines of, "You prepare a different contract from the one we have today by next time." I don't know what that means. It's like, hey, how about more than a 1 day tryout or something like that?
I think it means she's the new president and CEO of Stardom.
Was it that Julia? Wasn't Julia like wrestling for the company once?
And then finally, Starlight Kid
Finally,
and Suzu
4 hours later.
Suzuki versus Momo Watanabe and Saya Kamatani. I like this match. It should have been a singles match. I think this would be cool. Like, um, you have the New Year's show right after Queendom, and then you do the main event can just be the white belt versus the red belt champion. Just make it like a special attraction match every year. But then they
Yeah,
ruin it by having
even no
Suzu and
titles or
Momo.
something like that. You are brilliant. That's why you're up for the job for commentator slash booker. That
Yeah,
is a brilliant idea. Why don't you do that? Red belt versus white belt. No, no, non-title match. That is amazing.
it's basically what WWE just did with except they don't need a 3 foot tall Saudi belt at the end of it.
No.
But Starlight, every time Starlight Kid and Saya were in the ring, it was awesome. Then every time Suzu or Momo got in the ring, I just snooze.
Less awesome.
Less awesome. But at the end, Suzu actually pins Saya Kamatani, like clean in the middle of the ring.
Yeah, and brings them up for another match. At least I've seen yeah, so Suzu is apparently the next challenger for the World of Stardom Championship, which you know what? It does seem funny, but I actually like the way Japan does that because it'll happen in New Japan too. There'll be like an 8 versus 8, like a 16-person tag. And if you just happen to be the lucky person to pin the champion on the other side, you just earned yourself a title shot. It just
Make
happens.
makes
It just
sense.
works. It just, of course it does. You won. You deserve a title shot. But yeah, it looks like Suzu's going to get the next crack at it. And luckily for people that aren't Suzu fans, and are Saya fans, like yours truly. We've seen Suzu attempt this before and lose. So I am watch this be the one time she wins Juno, is that it's like because I am confident Saya does not lose to Suzuki.
But she might.
That's why they play the game, right?
Listen, Suzu doesn't have to be better than Sayaka Kamatani for 20 minutes. Just 3 seconds. But that's
That's
probably
true.
not going to happen. Even for 3 seconds.
What was your favorite match of that show? That fucking Chi-Chi match? I can't believe it. Or did you end up liking bits and pieces of the last match?
No, Chi-Chi and Io are the best match by far. That could have been the main event. That should have been the main event. If that was a New Blood main event, that would be a really good New Blood show. This is basically a glorified New Blood show, and then they decided to add like the white and red belt champion at the end.
Yeah, it was a weird show, bringing in a lot of girls from different companies and stuff like that. I wonder, they haven't even had a press conference. Have they released who's fighting in the upcoming faction tournament or whatever they're doing? I wonder if they're going to have like an outside team or not.
That's a good call.
All right, let's go through. There was a couple over the weekend in New Japan. There was a couple matches that matter to Stardom fans, and one is the second match of the which should have just been the main event in the entire. So the second match of Wrestle Kingdom 19 was Mayu Iwatani defending her title against Azumi.
Yeah, it's the only match I watched on Wrestle Kingdom.
It was the only match you needed to. And you know what was nice? It was a good match.
Yeah,
And it ended the way it should have by Mayu kicking the shit out of Azumi and then hitting her with her like dragon suplex and pinning her. She did that they're calling it like the two step where she like sort of puts her in the full Nelson and then lifts her halfway up and then drops her. Uh I like it. Great.
it's just called
Great.
her Dragon Suplex.
Yeah, but it was like it's different than just like a snap or something like some of the guys do. Hers is unique. She's just cool like that.
It's not a Snapdragon, it's just a dragon.
She's just a dragon.
I want to point out that she's closing in on being the greatest New Japan champion of all time.
And that's
She
what she wanted, right?
she has 9 defenses. Like, first of all, let's point out like Okada had in his title reign 720 days as champion, 12 defenses. Mayu's up to 9 defenses and 625 days. So she's not even 100 days and 3. So she just got to defend this like boom, 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 like 3 more months in a row, and she's like the greatest champion of all time. I would
Yeah, I
also
don't think
argue that she is the greatest champion of all time.
yeah, I agree. I don't think that they set up for a new challenge or anything for her yet. That's all right. And that was the only match that mattered on Wrestle Kingdom. The next day we had Wrestle Dynasty, which was like the AEW New Japan and Stardom in the Dome. The match that opened the show, and I think it was actually like technically pre-show. It was for the International Women's Cup. Now I thought it was like a tournament, but the final four ended up being in a four-way winner take all, not an elimination. So we had representing AEW Willow Nightingale, representing CMLL Persephone. She looked familiar. Is she the girl that broke Mayu's pinky?
No,
No,
that's
okay.
that's the girl with the big butt in NXT.
Okay. She's in NXT now. The girl that Mayu fought like a while ago.
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding. Athena, representing Ring of Honor. Oh, so apparently Ring of Honor is in this show too. And Momo Watanabe
Yeah, that's like
representing
a
Stardom.
that's that it's this big international multi-company thing. You can't have Ring of Honor and AEW. That's the same company. But whatever.
Momo Watanabe comes out, and actually, I'm shocked because we've been used to her wearing black. She came out in like all white gear. I'm like, oh shit, we're gonna have some like good guy Momo here. But I'll tell you what, her second coming out to the ring is none other than the Thekla. So you know, they're gonna be up to some shenanigans. I actually thought this was another great match. Momo's throwing around the big willow nightingale. Athena's dropping eclipses. It was pretty good. And at one point, Momo, she didn't have to, but I mean, she did. She takes the bat, and holy shit, I don't care what it's made out of. I don't care if it's a wiffle bat. I don't care if it's plastic. If it's a Louisville Slugger, Athena's dead. She takes. I've never seen anyone get hit in the face so hard, and Athena's knocked out. 1, 2, 3. This was astonishing because the announce team was saying that apparently Athena has never like hasn't been pinned in like a billion years or something like that, and Momo was like the first person to give her a loss. So
Well,
now we have
has an
Momo's going to go for that belt. Now we have Thekla's going to go for that belt. Athena might have a little time over here in Japan if we're lucky. I liked her.
for that belt, I think she could challenge for whatever belt she wants.
Yeah, so she wins this big ass trophy, and then Momo being Momo, it's hilarious. She just starts dragging it around the ring until it breaks.
She's, I don't want to carry this thing.
Oh,
I think
she's
she hands it
hilarious.
back to the ref. She's like, "Geez, you hold it."
Dude, this it was actually hilarious. I don't know
Like
I don't know if they
it
knew
had
what
to
they
be the
were winning.
first. Yeah, it had to be the first time she saw this trophy.
Did you notice it? Did you
It's
watch?
three
Did you
feet
notice it too?
tall. It's
Dude, the ref brings it out to her, and she like looks shocked, like, "What the fuck am I supposed to do with this?" It was
yeah.
hilarious.
Just look at this picture. This thing is 3 feet tall. It's like Starlight Kid sized.
You know, I want to say this about the go back to the Zumi match too, and it was it played in this a little bit too, at least for the Stardom girls. The Stardom girls are used to play are wrestling in a smaller ring because they're an all female company.
Mm.
A lot of the stuff they were doing was like a bunch of top rope stuff, even hitting the ropes, and the ring is longer too. So you would think some of the timing and stuff would be off, but the Stardom girls were stole the show. Like you wouldn't even know that they weren't used to. It's got to be different, right? Like when the top rope is at your forehead and you're used to it being at the bottom of your shoulders.
This makes
I
me.
mean,
Yeah, it just makes me think. Why don't they just use the Stardom sized ring in New Japan? All the guys will look like they're flying around.
they'll all be walking over the top rope like
They're
they're
like,
Undertaker.
dude, these guys are so fast and they're so tall. Like the
uh,
top rope's at their belly button.
oh, that's funny. We have one more match that matters, and it was not
Well,
actually. I would
we had
actually
one
say
more match
I might actually say that I like the Mayu and Azumi match, but I thought that opening match that that Momo just
Mhm.
won was really entertaining. And I don't like Willow Nightingale, and I really don't know
Yeah.
Persephone, and I wasn't really impressed. But like like any of the Momo Athena stuff was just really fucking good. Those are really two good wrestlers.
And then they had this match.
And then Sailor Moon comes out, aka Sasha Banks, aka CEO. What I don't know what her
Monet
name. Oh, Monet. I like the way you said that.
versus Mina
Uh,
Shirakawa. I don't know this match. Tell me the one takeaway I had is like the. I think the Mayu Uzumi match went like 8 minutes, and then this thing went like 15 minutes. It was like they got that reversed. That's for sure.
yeah, it wasn't. I don't know. I think it was
Oh, that's what I was gonna
kind.
say too. It makes me laugh every time Mayu defends because the Stardom the time limit is always 30 minutes, but because it's a New Japan belt, every time Mayu has her IWGP Women's match, it's a 60-minute time limit, which
Yeah.
she already wouldn't need. But I just laugh because I'm like, yeah, okay, New Japan's gonna give them 8 minutes counting their entrances. They do not need all 60 minutes.
nothing felt rushed compared to what usually happens. I thought the matches were fine paced. This one I liked for the most part. I usually don't like Monet matches. I didn't. I mean, I didn't like her in WWE unless Charlotte was carrying her.
Mhm.
And I, so we saw Monet last year get kicked in the face by Mayu. And that was obviously a good match because Mayu
Oh, by
could
the way,
wrestle
I just
you and me to a good match.
I have an interesting. I don't know if this is like a trivia thing or something. Do you know Seth Rollins has defended the Raw Women's Championship more than Sasha Banks has?
No,
Yeah, that's a fact.
why?
Because he had to do a tag team match with his wife, and both their
That's
titles were
right,
on the
and then
line.
that was a winner take all. Well
So it's
done, you
like, and
got
he and
forgot
he
about that.
and he won the match versus it was like Baron Corbin versus Baron Corbin and I don't know the one army girl.
Oh, that's a good pull. I don't know how
But
you did that.
but
That's a good
he
one.
won the match, so it's like in the history books that he defended the women's championship.
I like it.
And all the times that Sasha Banks had that title where she kept like winning it and then losing it to Charlotte, like she never defended the belt one time.
Successfully, at least. What I liked about this Mina Monet match was that it was a Mina match for the most part. I appreciate a lot of the like it was probably the only match in the entire between the 4 hour star show, all of Wrestle Kingdom and all of Dynasty, where there was like a good old fashioned work a body part, and there was a lot of the leg work and stuff like that. And we like that stuff. We like the. I mean, she's a almost as no, she's not almost as talented. She's a less talented Japanese version of like Charlotte Flair these days. Work the leg,
I mean,
uh,
that's all
do
fine,
a strike, and then
s-
do a no.
but Sasha Banks decides like, yeah, that doesn't work for me, brother, because she just pretended like her leg was fine every time it was her turn to do a move.
Well, her adrenaline really kicked in, and then she was able to sort of power through, and yeah, um, I don't know, what do you say? Uh, this was for Mina's. Mina had the what's that British belt? Rev Pro belt, and the Monet comes in with the strong title. Both titles are up for grabs in this match, so winner take all. And lucky Mina, she doesn't have to travel to Europe to defend her Rev Pro belt because Monet
No, I think
ends up
she's
taking them
still.
both.
I think she's still queen of the South Side, which, from what I've heard, is not is like the worst side of England.
Oh, I think Sasha has that belt too. It says like Southside Queen on one of her four belts. I was like explaining the belts to uh, one of my buddies. I'm like, I'm pretty sure two of Monet's belts are like literally some guy's backyard like thing, and they just gave him a belt. And that's the weekend. That's the 1 hour recap of just the results, but I'm appreciated. I'm glad we did it. I thought it was a great weekend. Some of the men's wrestling was great too, but we're not New Japan fan unless it comes to Chris Charlton. I am Chris Charlton fan. I am going to start a YouTube station for you, my friend.
Yeah.
We got to start a campaign, free Chris. All he did was tell the truth, baby.
I mean,
Is there
he
a First
just
Amendment? Is there a First Amendment in Japan?
does he just get to go on vacation? Is that how that works? Is he still getting
Yeah,
like
he
paid?
Yeah, he's fine. He usually does. He doesn't even go to every show. He usually just shows up in Tokyo because I'm assuming he has like an actual day job or he's like fucking the Japanese Bill Gates or something. Like he looks smart. I don't know. Then he just like slums it and whenever they come to Tokyo, he hops on commentary. I
Oh my god, that'd
love
be hilarious. He's like oh man, it's like turns out he's just got like some inheritance somewhere that he doesn't tell anybody about, and he just buys AEW.
I was gonna say New Japan. I'd be like, jokes on you. I own you. Like I'm the boss.
I actually own Turner now.
I
He's like
hey,
actually my last name. It's like I don't want. It's like he's like it's like when I meet chicks, I don't want them to think like my money first, but I'm actually Chris Charlton Rothschild Rockefeller.
It's it turns out we're on TNT starting next Wednesday. I don't know where you guys are.
New Japan's moving to TNT.
uh, let's take a break and then do some Shimi talk.
Or that could be next week.
Yeah, this is a show right here. Oh well, do you want to? Why don't we come on in 2 days and do it?
Okay.
I can do Wednesday. Cut this tomorrow. We'll get this done when it gets done. It doesn't matter. But yeah, it is one. I know it is 1 o'clock, and I did see you yawn. It's not my fault. Netflix apparently the new WWE on Netflix. I thought it was still a 2 hour show. They're like, how funny are they? They're like, I don't. They're like, well, it's gonna take what it takes. It could be 40 minutes. It could be 12 hours. Who knows?
Yeah, now they're bringing back kayfabe. Like, we don't get control how long these matches go. We don't have time limits.
Dude, I thought I was watching it with my buddy Dave and my son Max and I'm like, well, the Roman Reigns solo match, right? The first match, I'm like, dude, and then they had all the run-ins up stuff and stuff. I'm like, if they made it so this match went from 8:30 to 10:30, and then the show cut out,
Tribal combat.
they could have had that match go on till midnight, and I wouldn't have been mad. Have the Undertaker circle the ring during the match. Who cares? Like, literally do everything else they did. Have it still be the Roman Reigns match. Uh, that was
Yeah,
a good show.
that was a good show. And it's a weird. It's so weird. It's like so many years of PTSD of just like the guys you like and the baby faces all being dumb assholes and getting beat all the time. Now it was such a weird show to see all the good guys just win.
I thought that like after the first match, I'm like, oh, like it looks to me like they're sending everyone home happy. And the all right, the
Except that The
WWE.
Rock comes out and does a 10-minute promo where he's like, "Thank you," names all the presidents of Netflix. Like, dude, what are we doing? Does this have to
He
be
knows.
on?
Of course, of course it does. Of course it does.
Because
There's a
then John
lot.
Cena comes out later and does the same thing in like 10 seconds, and it's 50 times better than The Rock.
Cena's ended up being good. Cena's was funny. He was self aware. He's like, the chances of me winning a title is like the chances of me winning an Emmy. It's like, yo, that's pretty funny, dude. I
I do like
actually
that's a fascinating story. That's crazy. He hasn't won.
since 2018, we like did the math or went back and looked it up.
So
But
AJ
yeah, but
Styles
say
was
the
right.
days. Did you say the dates?
Was
The
AJ
days? It was like 2000 something. It was the last time John Cena won a match. That's insanity.
all the promos AJ Styles did about how this is his house and he's gonna beat up John Cena and break John Cena? Like he was right. He ended Super Cena.
It's the house that AJ built.
I mean, let's forget the fact that was 2 years before that. Don't let facts get in the way of a good story.
Never ever.
Where has it? Is AJ hurt? Or is he
I
just like
don't know.
part time guy now? He's like, I'm a dad. Like I'm freaking 45. I
I
don't want to be.
think. Well, he wanted to retire or something.
He
But who
wanted to
knows how
retire
that.
years ago, but they keep paying him too much money.
Well, his hair's still pretty. I think like is in his contract that as long as his hair is still wavy, he has to still wrestle. How long were you holding your breath, assuming that The Rock was like The Rock does not turn on Roman Reigns there? Like it's WWE. We were raised on turns.
Oh, I
Like
think the Triple H thing is like that's gonna happen whenever he feels like it's gonna happen, which is kind of
what do
cool.
you mean?
Meaning, if he like he could, it's like just tease it a little bit, and if he doesn't want to do it, he won't do it. If he wants to do it in 8 months from now, he'll do it 8 months from now.
Because we know it's happening. That's got to be the WrestleMania match, right? That's literally what's supposed to happen.
I mean,
It just the tension was there. I'm just like, and then he puts the lay on him or whatever they call it, and nothing happens. And
it
then like
was
Roman is like, you know, they hug it out, and I'm like, oh, here comes the rock bottom. Nothing happens. Roman closes his eyes and put his fingers up, and the Rock just stands there. Nothing happens. I'm like, I am more impressed with the self control to not pull the trigger on that turn. Where I'm just like, I
because he's the
I was
only
more
tribal
tense
chief.
waiting for it to happen.
The Rock knows who the
Yes,
tribal chief is.
Yes, but The Rock, like, actually, he went out of his way to say that he is proud of his. Like, Roman's may be a tribal chief, but like Rock is one of the rulers of all of Samoa or whatever he called it.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Like, it's like you could run your little tribe all you want, but you see that island, my island.
That's my island. I'm Maui. I'm the
But
king of the sea.
goddamn right. If I was looking for One Piece, I would have had it already.
The true
All right.
One Piece treasure is the friends we make along the way.
Aw, and with that, I would like to
Ac-
thank everyone for listening. That was the perfect ending, dude. Do you got more to say? I gotta thank our
I was
Patreons.
gonna say, actually, the creator of One Piece said it's not gonna be something lame like friendship. There's gonna be a real treasure.
This is gonna be gold.
The real treasure is the treasure we find along the way.
It's not the destination, it's the travel. What do they say? It's how you get there, the travel, something like that.
Yes.
All right, this is the part where I thank you all.
Thank you.
We were on really late.
Yeah.
Uh, we, uh, I mean, like I said, it was WWE's fault. Thank you, Juno, for hanging out with the time and everything you do with the wonderful production.
And thank
Uh,
you, Netflix.
Thank you, Netflix, for giving WWE all that money to blow off fireworks and giving the Undertaker $1 million to drive his motorcycle around the building. Opie was in the chat. Thank you. I'm gonna hit translate on this and see what this guy's name translate to. Hey, Nekotaro. Did I say that right? Thanks for being
Cat,
in the chat.
cat. It's a cat guy? Cat person?
Neko Nekotaro. It
That's
says, and
probably
then
wrong.
as I clicked, it said Chi Chi goes to hoo hoo. The hoo hoos.
It sounds like a Dr. Seuss book.
Anyways, you can follow everything we do at
Morton sees
StardomFan.com.
a Chi Chi.
Hey, the Chi Chi was apparently the highlight of the week here.
Yeah.
We have on StardomFan.com. We have all the links, the podcasts, the YouTubes, the articles. There's some pictures. I mean, Utami hands you a rose because in our heart she is still a. My Hemipoi is up in the top left corner of the website. I don't know why. Why shouldn't it be? Because my Hemipoi is just transcend. Sometimes you just have to have the greatest team of all time in there. You can also support us by going to stardomfan.com and clicking on the Patreon, or going to stardomfan.com/Patreon. And what happens then is we issue a thank you to the top guys, and we have the Stardom Fan icons are Opie and Chicken. The World of Stardom Fan champion is Jake. Also, in the tier, Jake gets to pick a segment, and Chicken and Opie schedule a show to which Opie has a request of Julia. Thank you for your support, and we will set
And
up a show
Chicken
on
said,
Julia.
don't do a show on Julia, so we're
Yeah,
gonna.
so they cancel each other out, so we're off, right?
Yeah. So it's gonna be a negative show about Julia.
Actually, Chicken brought up doing now, I mean, I don't know if it can all be covered in like 40-minute show or so, but a Tokyo Cyber Squad. I'm interested, and that was a little before my watch time, so I'm interested in that. So, you know, I'm more interested in learning about Tokyo Cyber Squad than I am talking about Julia. No offense. And with anything else, dude,
Nope.
YouTube has shorts now.
Oh yeah. Soon.
So, coming soon. Actually, a couple of them are live because I watched the last one that said StarCraft on my regular YouTube because I got a notification.
Well,
I like it. I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm saying I like it. It's live. It's ready to go. There's a couple thumbs up. Rory's on there. He said something about like you can kayfabe all you want, but the fact of the matter, I'm like, I don't even know what kayfabe means. Wrestling's real.
wrestling is real. Yes.
All right, it's 1 o'clock. You want to play a game? Or are you going to bed? I should probably go to sleep myself, but I'm too wired. I get wired after this. I need to come
Bye,
down a
boy.
little bit.